All right. Hi, you guys. I'm Sherry Sancholi, and you have found this week's Espresso Chat brought to you by Live Well Naturally. Today, we're going to talk about some of my favorite DIY recipes and overall suggestions for optimizing your
Glad you
health.
hung in there.
Here we go. Espresso Chat with me, Sherry, brought to you by Live Well Naturally. There we go. So, welcome. Thanks for joining me. Why do I call this espresso? Well, when I was creating it back in spring of 24, I was trying to think of something that would be really appealing for both of us, something that would be easy for me to make, easy for you to watch, and a great learning style. Just little bits of knowledge, drip, 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 will help us to absorb this whole new concept of plant-based products and, a new lifestyle. If we just do it in little bits, we don't need to you know, uh, immerse ourselves for an hour or more, just 15 minutes a week, almost like a little coffee break. So here we are. And if you don't know me, I thought this slide collage might be kind of a fun way to get a sense of who this random stranger is on the internet. I love spending time with friends, family, near and far, beach, music, dogs, travel, any of these things, yoga, doTERRA conventions, they're all sweeter when I feel my best. And when I found doTERRA back in 2018, I was already living a full life and feeling well. So it's not like I don't have a very dramatic testimonial. Like I wasn't really struggling at the time. I was managing my health at what I thought was like the best I could. And yet I was curious. I'm open minded by nature. I wanted to learn more about what they had to offer. So I started slowly swapping out my products. And the biggest difference for me has been my asthma. I have chronic asthma, and I used to go to ER every 12 to 15 months for over a 30-year period. And now, since I've been with doTERRA and using their products, I went a whole 5-year stretch, which is amazing. That's like 5 times what I normally do. And then my mom was in the hospital and I caught something there. But, still a really great track record, right? And day in and day out, I feel more energy. I don't have aches and pains. I have less brain fog. I just feel better. And I have the kind of personality and nature where I like to help other people. And so if I'm onto something, I want you to know about it. So here I am in my RV in the backyard telling you. So first, we're going to go through this slide quickly because today we have quite a bit to cover. You can use essential oils aromatically, topically, or internally. Aromatically, of course, a couple drops in your palm. You can diffuse it. Topically, you can put it right on your skin neat, unless it's what we call a hot oil. And hot oils typically are anything, think about herbs, something herby. So basil, thyme, rosemary, oregano, cinnamon, clove, to name a few. What you want to do with those is you use a carrier oil. We prefer, or I prefer, doTERRA's fractionated coconut oil. And why I like that is because the proteins are spun out. So it's never going to coagulate and it's not greasy or and it doesn't have a scent. The other fun fact about using a carrier oil for any of the essential oils is that it's going to maximize its effectiveness because it will slow down the evaporation. So anytime that we can get the most out of it, why not, right? And then lastly, internally, some people don't ingest oils at all, and that is totally your preference. And I support whatever is right for you. But if you do choose to ingest oils, when you roll the label past, it's going to say supplement facts in a little box like you would see on a cracker box. And if it says supplement facts, then you know that you can take it internally. This morning, I put a drop of frankincense under my tongue. It's a big part of what helps me not feel like I have aches and pains in my joints because it's really good for inflammation. So, do they work? Is this just a smell good thing? What's all the fuss about essential oils? Actually, they can be found in your bloodstream just after 20 seconds of being exposed to them. 2 minutes, they can be detected into your brain, and 20 minutes into every cell of your body. And um, the reason why I'm so passionate about only enjoying doTERRA essential oils aromatically, topically, and especially internally is because we know that they're pure. I just toured our corporate office again last week in Salt Lake City, Utah, 100-acre campus, $5 billion company. And we run our oils through 54 rounds of tests 11 of those are done with a third party. And then at the bottom of the bottle is a number in kind of a funny yellow green color. And if you go to sourcetoyou.com, you can see where in the world it was harvested and the composition breakdown of the oil and all the details that you want to know if you want to nerd out on the science of it. And our biggest example of this about how we can keep them consistent and why the purity is so important is that because we have such a strong reputation of creating and producing pure products, we were allowed to test our lavender on 100 humans over a 5-year period, the same controlled group. And after the end of the 5 years, our product, our lavender, has been deemed pharmaceutical grade. And the reason why is because we have been able to not only have the same output of scent, but we've been able to have the same output of therapeutic properties. And how do we do that when there's variables with weather and disease that can run through crops? Well, for example, with the lavender, we harvest it from 4 different regions all over the world. And then our chemists and our scientists that we talked with last week on our corporate tour, they sit down and they figure out the variables. Like, okay, this is different. This region has less of this constituent in the oil, and this one actually has more this year. So we're going to do a little bit more of this crop, a little bit less of that crop, so that we get the same bottom line every time, which is really phenomenal since we're not working with synthetics. It takes a lot for it to be consistent, but we've cracked the code to producing high quality, consistent oils, batch to batch, year to year. So it's a big deal. I could spend an hour on this slide, but I will keep going. All right. I have, with great respect and honor, posted a picture of my dear friend Karina, who was my yoga teacher during yoga teacher training, and I just love and adore her. And I she was so strong and vibrant, and I know I could spend a whole hour talking about her. She changed my life. So this espresso chat is in honor of her. Today we're going to cover recipes for UTIs, our flute recipe, a sinus steamer recipe, an on guard gargle if you're getting a sore throat or feeling like you're catching something, and what to do if you have diverticulitis. You don't have to adjust your diet. Big news flash. All right, so let's dive in. UTIs. I'm going to share something just a little bit personal to me, but I think it's really a powerful testimonial and quite transparent of me. So I don't get them often, but when I get them, they're so bad that I've always just turned to antibiotics. I never thought that oils could help that. Like, yeah, I believe in oils and it helps me in so many ways, but not that. Like, do we all have that one thing where we think, I have always used Western medicine. It's so extreme and Western medicine does work. So why would I think that an oil could work for this like one extreme case that I have? Like maybe headaches, maybe a tummy ache, but not that. But I used them and I didn't even have the full recipe on hand. I was in the RV. I had frankincense and I had On Guard. I didn't have any oregano and I didn't have the veggie caps. So I only used a drop of frankincense and a drop of On Guard. I didn't use the full recipe as far as how many drops, and I didn't use the full recipe as far as also having oregano on hand. And after 2 doses in one day and a dose the next day, I was better. So it's amazing how much this can help you. And the thing that's so cool about it is if it doesn't work, then that's okay. Then you go get your antibiotics. Nothing, no harm, no foul. Hold on, I'm going to text my husband really quick to let him know dinner's coming. This will be fast. Dinner is on the way, so he doesn't start cooking. Okay, flute. This is probably my favorite recipe. It stands for, you take a roller bottle. In it, you're going to put 10 drops each of frankincense, lemon, On Guard, oregano, and tea tree, and then top it off with fractionated coconut oil. And this is what you break out if you're starting to feel a little itchy, you've been around someone who was coughing, you just were on an airplane, you've been a little stressed and run down. Anytime you feel like you're either getting sick, you are sick, you might be exposed to someone who is sick, put it on your pulse points, which is behind your ear, back of your wrist, inside of your elbows, Sometimes I even have my husband rub it up and down my spine. And by doing so, you're going to ward off seasonal threats. 9 times out of 10, I haven't ended up catching anything. So mix it up ahead of time because if you're like me, you're not apt to like, okay, I really need to stop and do this. It's easier just to grab it, roll it on, and go about your day. All right, that's my favorite one. I could just stop there, but 4 minutes left and I still have material, so I'm going to keep going. Sinus steamer is also a really great DIY recipe. You can take those little drams and you can mix up 2 drops each of peppermint, tea tree, lemon, and oregano, or you could even double, triple, quadruple this recipe. And as long as you shake up the little dram before you administer the drops, that would work too. But I like doing it just fresh each time. That way, you know you have the right proportions. So you put those total of 8 drops, because you're doing 2 each of those 4 oils, into a coffee mug. You add boiling water, and then you can just put your face over and inhale. Or if you really want to direct the steam, you can put a towel over your head and just take long, slow, deep breaths. It's going to break up any kind of congestion you have in your sinuses. And it's not just because it's like, oh, it's minty and it really like opens me up. The tea tree is going to fight. It's an antibacterial. The lemon is a great antioxidant. The oregano has really powerful medicinal properties where it's going to get in for the it's an antifungal. You're gonna feel better because you are gonna be better. So sinus steamer is a really important DIY. On guard gargle. This is a really great quick trick. Here's on guard right here. Take a little shot glass or something that is small because you don't want it to be a lot, and then put 2, 3, 4 drops depending on how tolerant you are to on guard. Add a little bit of water, like literally in the size of like a shot glass or a little bathroom cup, and then just gargle that on guard. It's okay if it trickles down your throat because it is safe to ingest, but for the most part, you do want to spit it out because it's a hot oil, and you just need it to kind of numb your throat, and it's also really good for oral health. Okay, last one on the list here, fiber for diverticulitis. I'm so excited about this tip. My mom has diverticulitis. I have a few friends that have had it, and the word on the street, anytime this topic came up, is they say, well, no more eating seeds or nuts or rice or anything little because that's what is the precursor to getting an attack of it. And so they've always adjusted their diet to handle the fact that they had it. So when I had my first attack a few years ago, I went to my naturopath doctor and I was like, yeah, I guess I have to quit eating nuts and seeds, etc. And she said, no, you just need more fiber. Well, doTERRA makes a fiber product. It's a bag of powdered fiber. It tastes great. You take a scoop, you can put it just in water. I love the flavor of it, so I just drink it like that. You could also put in juice or smoothies or anything you want. But for me, just having that scoop of fiber, not even daily, because I'm not a very consistent person, but when I feel like I need it, and then when I think of it, so maybe like a few times a month, and then as needed, if I'm feeling a little pinch, I have not had any attacks since, and I eat whatever the heck I want. All right, I love that tip. Limitless living, right? All right, so foundational health. I believe that this is a really great starting point. You're either going to be taking your Lifelong Vitality, which is a trio of supplements, or our new product, which is VMG Plus, which is powdered vitamin, greens, and minerals, vitamins, minerals, and greens. Sorry, I got that backwards. Um, PB Restore, which is your pre, pro, and postbiotic, MetaPower Advantage to get your collagen in, and Recharge for hydrating with electrolytes. To me, those are like, that's the base. And then if you'd like to have a one-on-one health consult and make sure this really fits for you, and then also to see if there's anything else, like I also take their bone nutrient for women. My husband also takes Deep Blue because he plays baseball and he hurts on Mondays. I'm happy to customize it for you. But this is my basic starting point. And take a picture. If you're taking lifelong, you're going to want to also take greens, which is also in a packet of powdered supplements. If you're taking the new VMG, it has the greens, but it doesn't have the omegas. So then you want to take our new EO Omega Plus. All right, I'm trying to fit it all in 15 minutes. Here we have some testimonials. Go over a minute, I think. This is the PB Restore that I was talking about. It's fairly new. I think it came out last year. Excuse me, and it's a pre, post, and probiotic. So it's not just a probiotic, and it's not just for your gut health, it's for your whole body. 70% of your immune system lives in your gut. So it's so important to have good gut health. And I highly recommend that you either take this or there's also a PB Assist, which is like powder form and it tastes like a pixie stick if you like sweet things, or you can sprinkle it into your food if you don't like sweet things. But both of them are really great for addressing gut health. And so these are some of the testimonials about that, that it resets your gut every day, it helps with GERD if that's something you struggle with. Each lets you eat food you previously couldn't. Somebody else is like, it's the best probiotic they've tried, and helps with IBS, skin rashes, makes them feel like they have more energy. And the last one, the quick release, it's has double encapsulated, so it's going to release down in your stomach and down in your lower intestines instead of having it starting to break down the second you ingest it. So it's really powerful and great for after you've taken antibiotics to replace your gut flora, honestly, just all the time. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because I think I've gone over. Run out and turn about. It's too expensive and it's really not effective to try to change your lifestyle overnight. So, just wait till that laundry detergent runs out unless you're really feeling like it's affecting you. And then buy doTERRA. Same with the toothpaste and the mouthwash, the skincare, the sunscreen, get rid of your Febreze and your car air. I just did this last week. The car air fresheners, cut the trees down off your rearview mirrors, please, and all the supplements that you can enjoy. Just slowly but surely replace your lifestyle. Okay, and then if you're watching this, you're probably on my YouTube. Please like and subscribe. If you want to see it live, I show up every Wednesday, 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time on Zoom. I would love to see you there. And then also to the first and third Wednesdays, I'm doing live events in San Diego. And the second and fourth Wednesdays, I'm doing orientations for customers and builders. So here's how you keep in touch with me: texting, phone number, email. My website, Facebook, and Insta is livewellnaturally.us, and my YouTube is livewellnaturally123, which you might know because I think you might be watching it on YouTube. All right, thanks. I tried to cram it all in there. Hope you're having a great day. Give someone a hug today, 8 hugs a day for good health, and I look forward to seeing you next time. All right, bye bye.